Hi, I'm James at Bespoke and welcome back to another video. In this review we were looking at another older era pistol, and this being the WE Tokarev TT33. So me and this pistol actually have a bit of history. For some reason, back in the day when I ran another YouTube channel, which at the time was Fuse Custom Works, I was just experimenting with different things and messing about with machining tools and such. And I did some things to this that a lot of people didn't want me to do. I'm sure you'll find that pistol custom WE Tokarev on YouTube, where I just went and machined the slide, lightened it, put some extra cuts in when you're wearing gloves. And oh my god, that video got so much hate. There was so much angry Russians. I've never seen so many Cyrillic keyboard inputs in my life in the comment section. Everybody hated me for it, but it's probably it is the most viewed video that I've ever put online, so sorry about that. But let's get into the review. This is the WE Tokarev TT33, and actually this is a pretty solid performer out the box. And there is another company that makes, I think there might be two other companies that make TT33s. I'm sure SRC might have made one. And I'm sure KWA made one maybe. I might be wrong on that. But those were absolutely rubbish. This one, however, works really well. So here we have a gas blowback pistol, full metal, lower frame, slide, out of barrel and such. The only polymer thing being is the grips on the side here. This is a lot closer to more like a 1911 compared to other World War II era pistols. If this is from World War II, I'm really not too sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. Single stack style magazine with a more 1911 look about it. Stores plenty of gas for the amount of rounds that it holds in the magazine, which is good. So you've got triple CP on the side there with a star, and you've got it on the other side as well. Here it looks like we've got some Russian numerals, and then we've got 1941 on the side, so I'm guessing that is a World War II era pistol. Slide release can be found on the left hand side. This, I believe, is the safety on the grip, yeah, which blocks the trigger, which is not easy to find at all. Let's see if that is the safety. Yeah. Little tab, really difficult to see. Pop it back up and the gun can fire. This is a single action only pistol, much like a 1911. But it's very streamlined, it's not massively small. It's got a nice length inner barrel in there. It is threaded like other WE pistols, so you can, if you want to, put one of those suppressor kits on if you want a bit more tactical look. I'm not sure if these had the ability to put suppressors on back in the day. But nice long slided pistol here. I think we've got some gas in the magazine so we can fire it. This gun is empty, so don't panic. Now with this one we've got a slide release so we can hold it down to fire it. Very, very nice and responsive. And unlike the P38s, we've actually got a mag release much like on the Luger here, so we've got a little button on the side, you can pop that and the magazine comes out. So yeah, I've had dealings with this pistol before. If you're going after a Tokarev, a TT33 that is, I believe this is the only one on the market that's worth buying, and that isn't me just giving you some sales blurb, that is the honest way that I feel. I've shot the other branded TT33s and they are absolutely just worthless. Use them as a paperweight, really do. This is the only solid performing TT33 from a big manufacturer out of the box that works really well, is what I'm trying to get across. So, before we get the top down camera and have a closer look at this thing, let's see what the Chrono results do. We'll get them up on the camera just now. Green gas, 0.2 Aries branded BBs. And we'll put that up on the screen just now. So here is the WE Tokarev TT33 in its full metal glory. Look at this thing. I almost think this pistol would look better with like wooden grips, like a 1911 maybe. But let's take the magazine out. Single stack magazine, which like the 1911, you can see some similarities there. filled in with gas at the bottom here, and we've got this little piece here. I'm not really sure what that's for, why you'd have a lanyard on a magazine and not the pistol itself, but hey ho. And then you will see some similarities here with the 1911. What I will do is show you how to take this thing apart. So we've got a little tab on the back here on the right hand side. We just pull that out. Once that's pulled to the rear, it enables us to remove the slide release. So we can just push that up, it removes, let's not lose it. And then the slide just moves towards the front there. And this is where you can see even more similarities with the 1911 platform. Gas blowback unit, you can see it's quite heavily greased. So it might be worth just stripping this thing down, getting rid of the grease, put some nice silicone oil in there. Hop up is adjusted with the wheel there on the hop unit. Now what I will say about this hop wheel is there's no sort of serrations on the wheel, which makes it easier to turn. So if you've got gloves on, there's no way you're going to adjust this. The only way I can see to adjust it is by sort of using your nail on the actual arrow itself to adjust the hop. But it's nice, it's got a wheel there, not too intrusive on getting the thing apart and adjusting the hop unit, much like 1911s and other bits and pieces like that. Nice silver outer barrel. You see like the similarities that I talked about with the way that the front end sort of functions. Let's see if I can get this taken apart. Remove spring guide, vehicle spring, and then, like I say, this is very much like a 1911, the way they turn. There we go. So we just pull that out, very much like a barrel key on a 1911. I know I keep comparing it to a 1911, but it is very similar. And you can see the hop unit in a barrel there. We can remove that. That's the outer barrel. And we can pop this back into place. So like a more conventional style gas blowback than the P08 that we looked at in the last video. So to assemble this thing back together, you can of course put the outer barrel. And what you'll see there is when you remove all this stuff, just so you're aware, the iron sight, the front iron sight, does actually pop out. It's held in by the barrel key. So we just want to put that back into place just in the little slot that's in the slide there. And the barrel goes back in, barrel key goes back on, forward, and then we can put the spring guide back in. And so we have a flat edge on it, so let's see, make sure we've got it right. Like so. And then we just slide the frame back onto the slide. You can pop that back in. No need to line anything up on the slide like a 1911. Just got to make sure the holes are aligned in the frame itself. And then it's just that tab on the right hand side, push forward, locks it together. So, the trigger, there's no take up on the trigger whatsoever. The wall is right there. So it's very predictable. As you see, that's probably got the minimum amount of movement on a trigger that we've looked at so far. So I've fired it, the gun's fired, the slide's reciprocated, and the hammer's cocked, ready to go. And you'll see how small movement my finger uses here. See, not even a millimetre, and then literally I'm right on the brake. So we can actually probably fire this very quick. Let's give it a quick test. So, very nice reset for an old pistol. Makes it nice and responsive if you want to rapid fire it. But let's get this on the 10 metre accuracy test. Just do a close up of the safety, as you see there. And the hammer's locked. There's a little tab on the grip. Push that down. Stops you from firing. Push it back up. And we can fire. I think even though the magazine is gassed and it's in the pistol, when you just pull back the hammer, it doesn't actually arm the pistol. You have to reciprocate the slide and then it will fire. So if you've got a round in the barrel ready to go, but the hammer's forward and you've like sort of cocked it to load a round into the barrel, but then you've got the magazine out and you pull the trigger. Putting the magazine back in and pulling the hammer won't let the pistol fire. But let's get to the 10-metre accuracy test and let's see what this thing's made of. So yeah, I've always been impressed with the WE Tokarev. I think if it was a old era pistol I was going for and I wasn't choosing my first choice, which will obviously we haven't seen yet on the show, but this would be my second choice. And obviously what I was talking about in the camera there about the lanyard being on the magazine, there is one on the pistol. I was just pointing out why you would have one on there. So nice performance out of a very old style pistol here. If you're in Russian gear, this is perfect for you. The only thing that's a little bit more difficult with this is finding holsters for them. You've got to get yourself like a real holster from World War II or like a reproduction one. It's probably going to be a lot easier for yourself. As far as I'm aware, these don't go into 1911 holsters, but if you do know the answer to that, just correct me down below in the comments. It's always nice to know if these things do. We've got plenty of WE products on the website, loads of pistols, loads of spare magazines, like I say. Link in the description below for the Tokarev itself, and then you can just go through on the website and peruse the amount of WE stock that we've had in. It's the biggest delivery I know I keep saying that we've ever had. But for this and many of the standard bespoke airsoft products, go to bespokeairsoft.co.uk. If you like what you see in the review, show your support by subscribing, hit the bell notification, and hitting the like button if you feel like we've done a good job. Stay tuned, we've got loads more WE content. We're going to get back to the Mon stuff soon, I promise. We've got one more pistol to look at obviously before we do that. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next episode. Thank you.